Hi, this is Tracy HD, and I want to thank you for joining me today for our daily Oracle and Tarot card reading. And all this week, we will be using the Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. And this has to be one of my absolute favorite decks. And every picture is literally a work of art. And let's get started with the reading. This will be Monday, August the 10th. And as I shuffle the deck, I'm asking all light beings, angels, and God, please relay the message I need to share with my viewers for the highest good of all. Okay. First card is Regeneration, Death and Rebirth. And these cards actually do not have any numbers on them, so I will not be giving out any numbers today. Oops. Okay, and purify your surroundings. And last card is Run Wild for a While. Okay, now we start the day off Monday with Regeneration, Death and Rebirth. And yes, that's what it's all about. Death and rebirth. Allowing your old self to die off and allowing your new rebirth to take place. All of us on the spiritual path, we're at different levels, different phases. Some people have not even begun this path. Some people are well on their way. This card here is, what I get from Spirit is, first of all, I see the peaceful blueness in her dress. And her dress is just beautiful. It's flowing. The color blue, of course, to me is very calming. This is not like a violent death. When people think of death, they think of something very dark and scary and unknown and makes them anxious, makes them nervous. This card here has just such a peaceful calmness about it. This is the kind of death that we need to allow ourselves to let go of our old ways, our old self, our old ways of doing things, allow that to die off, to make room for the new person that we're all going to become. The rebirth can only take place if you allow your old self to die off. And this is a very calm, quiet, tranquil process. The hardest part for me is letting people go in my life that aren't for my highest good, because I've known them for so long, and that doesn't make it right. Clinging to people just because they've been around for so long and allowing them to treat you however they treat you just isn't acceptable to me anymore. I used to tolerate a lot at my old job, a lot within my family, a lot within friends and acquaintances that I know. But the more I travel down this path, the more I realize who has to go. And so be it. If I should have less friends or less family members surrounding me, that's the way it has to be. And the second card is Purify Your Surroundings. And this is a beautiful card too. And when I look at it, this woman is playing a harp, okay? And he has a bowl in front of him. And I think of, when I purify my surroundings, what I do is I use sage oil, okay? I may put it on pulse points, okay? I may spray a mist of, I have it right here, a mist of sage oil and water that covers a larger area of a room. When I think of purifying my surroundings, it may be outdated items, maybe outdated clothing, things that you need to let go of, that you can't allow maybe your sentimental feelings to cling to them. And again, this is all a process of letting go of the old and allowing and making more room for the new. So If you need to purify your surroundings of any objects or things that may no longer serve your highest good, this card is telling us to do that. Also, if necessary, you may want to sage your room, sage an environment that you spend a lot of time in to remove the negative energy, to allow positiveness and lightness circulate more freely. When I look at this card too, what I get from Spirit is eliminating a lot of clutter. Because when you have clutter in your environment, it doesn't allow the air to flow freely through it. So this is also something I'm getting from this card. And the last card is Run Wild for a While. And you see this woman, she has the two wolves down here, wildlife type of animalistic feel where she's part of their tribe, because animals are, part of a tribe. And there she is experiencing nature. She's allowing herself to experience being free. That's exactly what these animals are. They're free. They're not caged. She's not caged. She's taking on maybe a part of herself that she's never known before. And when I think of Run Wild for a While, I think of not being held down by obligations. Not that your life's going to get chaotic or allow it to run amok, but when I look at this card, Run Wild for a While, strong message I'm getting is to break free. Break free. There's something right now in your life that is making you feel tied down and restricted and restrained. And this is telling you to break free from that. Allow yourself to, so to say, it's an expression, run wild, but to not be so, how could I say it? To not be so regimented, maybe. To not be so predictable. To do what you feel at this point. To allow your creativity to flow. To dress maybe the way you want to dress. To say maybe what you want to say without censoring yourself. Okay? And when you allow yourself to run wild, okay, you allow your inner self to come out because you're not putting on any kind of a front. You're not holding back for fear of what people think or what people will say. You're allowing yourself to remove all that binds you, allowing yourself to feel a sense of freedom, feel at one with nature, sit quietly and listen to your inner voice. But try to shake off the rules and restrictions today, just for a little while. Do something out of the ordinary. Just do what makes you feel free. Yeah. It's time to let go of some of the burdens and some of the things that are weighing you down, to allow yourself to be more free-spirited. If you've enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to my channel because I'll be back.